Yo! You know who this is, D.Arthur in the building. I'm talking to you guys about the ego. Ego is a no-go. Is a no-go, go. Ego stands for edging God out. Ego is that little voice in your head that says, no, you can't do this because you can't lose weight because you're this amount of weight. You can't build that business. Just get a normal job and forget it. Ego is everything that you're not. It's this thing where you're trying to fulfill a person that will never be fulfilled, no matter what you do. Ego equals edging God out. Ego is not your true self, and society pushes ego all the time. Everything in society, everything is marketing, and everything is ego. Everything is ego. All society's BS that's been thrown at you, it's all ego. All ego. That's why there's billionaires who end their life. There's people who have as much money, more than enough money in the world, but they want to end their life. There are people with all this celebrity, all this fame, but really they're depressed because they're fulfilling something that they're not. Their ego is eating a plate full of dessert and never being full because you never had a fulfilling meal before. You had all this good stuff, that instant cupcake, that good ass fried food, but you never had a healthy sit down meal to talk with people who don't have an ego. Ego is made to destroy you. Be wary of the ego. It isn't your true self. It's someone who is pretending to be you. You will never be happy if you try to satisfy your ego. Now I want to talk to you guys about some powerful things. Ego. When it comes to female attraction, if you can destroy her ego, if you can completely annihilate her ego, she'll fall for you. If you can put her on a emotional roller coaster and eliminate her ego, call her out, she has no choice but to proceed to you because you have conquered her. A woman wants to be conquered by a man. She doesn't want a convenient man. She doesn't want a man she doesn't want a yes man who always talks about this and is always gassing her up and not really and cares what she thinks and asks for her validation. That's not what a woman needs. That's not what a woman truly is hardwired to want. A woman wants a man who is full of himself, who is so okay with himself that her validation isn't needed and she's just an addition to his fulfilled life. That is what a clear and conscious and purposeful man is. Now, the ego, it's made to destroy you. Everyone has an ego. When you can destroy the ego and say, forget the ego, I want to become my higher self. I want to become my true self. That is when you have found a new sensation of freedom. And my freedom is what we all try to go after for. Freedom, think about it when in football. When the running back hits the hole and he's off into the races and he hits that touchdown and he's celebrating, he has found his freedom. He was contained, but he got out. And now he's a free man to roam. It's all about finding your freedom. Once you are free, no one's opinion matters, so you can become your true self. And that's when you will find your true happiness. But the ego, the thing that's telling you you can't, you'll never be able, you're not enough, your life is already good how it is, that is your downfall. Remember it. Ego equals edging God out. Once you have realized that the ego is not you, and you are bigger than your ego, and you don't have an ego, and it's below you, then once and for all, you can become who you are truly meant to be. But all that starts with is when you annihilate the ego. When you stop giving yourself barriers of why you can't do things. When you stop giving yourself excuses as to why things are always like this. Once you start telling yourself a new story, you will rearrange the universe. You can't see it, but it will be rearranged. And then once you start acting on your new story, once you take that action on the new story you're telling yourself, that is when you can find bliss. That is when you can become the happiest version of yourself. Once the ego is terminally annihilated. Once you can say, fuck the ego, I'm going to go from the core, I'm going to go from the heart, I'm going to go from what it feels right, my intuition, and that is when you will truly become the best, happiest, fulfilled version of yourself. But only, like I said, that only starts when the ego is completely gone. It's up to you guys. Peace out.